Social media networking. The clue's in the title. It's all about creating a network. Social media marketing is all about creating a network. And it differs from traditional search engine optimization in that it really does, in 95% of cases, and I'll accept there are a few exceptions here, require fresh content to be added regularly that you will use to engage your audience with. Social media is all about continual engagement and audience and customer and audience and client participation, gradually building up brand awareness, product awareness, and a following, engaging your audience over a period of time in either entertaining, amusing, informative ways, gaining their interest. And that's very difficult to do if you've just got a static site. You'd end up sending out the same information or the same products over and over again. And that's fine for SEO, and that's fine for a very small number of niches, granted, but for the vast majority that really puts them at a huge disadvantage. What we strongly suggest is that your client site contains a blog, or has a blog on a subdomain, or in some way interacts with the blog that you, the client, or you, the affiliate marketer, whoever it is, actually controls. And it's important that the blog and the main site, I've called it the client site, if it's yours then you're your own client, actually interact with each other. And how does that happen? Well, it happens through links. It's as simple as that. You need to create links. So when you're creating a blog post, and here is a blog post I've created, Creating Great Landing Page in 2015. You've created this blog post, you want it to go back when you created it, and it's quite a long post. You want it in at least one place to link back to the client's site, the client's landing page, the client's main page, client's offer page, your own offer page, whatever. www. And whatever your client's landing page is. Well, let's have clientsite.com/landing page. Obviously I'm making this up. Okay, so you would really want that. For expert advice, grab our special offer. So quite early on in the first paragraph, normally there is a quite clear call to action. If you want to know more about whatever this topic is, you can carry on reading, but here is a link back to the client's main page. Spelling mistake there, never mind. So we need to make sure that that's worked out. You need to have that in place. Okay, so you have your blog, you have the client site, then you have the client's existing social media presence, or the one that you've created for them. Now the thing is with this, if you're doing client-based social media, the client will consider that they own these. In reality, we all know that they don't, that YouTube own everything you put on YouTube, and likewise everything you post on Facebook is immediately owned by Facebook, but the accounts and the profiles, the client will rightly consider that they are theirs. And when you create a blog post, as I've just done, what you want to then do is to propagate this blog post out to these. These are where your potential audiences are. Your blog probably doesn't get many visitors, but YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of visitors. So we need to get this blog post out to those people. We need to build those profiles and get that information out. And how you do that? Not really a surprise. We create more links bound out. So you've got a blog post, and let's say your blog post would be best served by, say, a Facebook. Your blog article would be best served by a Facebook post and a YouTube video, just for argument's sake. It's rare you'd use more than 3 or 4 channels, but let's just assume you're going to go for Facebook and YouTube, and you're trying to build subscribers on YouTube and followers and likers on Facebook and people to share your stuff and go to your events there. So what you do is you go to Facebook and you go to YouTube, and if you created a video to go with your blog post, you post your blog post, and then down here you create a link back to it again. Can you see? That's that same site, Creating Great Landing Pages. When that's posted, that becomes a link. There you are. It's now a clickable link back to the blog post, which in turn leads back to the client site. You could put 2 links here, one back to the blog post and one back to the client's landing page, but there's no point doing this if you don't link back, right? So you post the video, you put some pertinent information there, something to attract, a good title, and then you would make sure that you link back. Likewise, exactly the same thing here. If you're on Facebook, you create another good title, a couple of sentences of engaging content, an image which might attract the eye, and then you link back. Okay, you have to do this link back. The link on Facebook, for instance, the image also links back to as well, so they can click on the image or on the standard link text up here, and they both lead to the same place. Okay, so we've got the situation now where we have the client site, the blog, we propagate the content out to all of these, and they all link back in, and they can link back, most of these can link back into two. YouTube, you can link back to the blog, and you can link back directly to the client site. So you can put two links on that YouTube video. You can post more than one bit of content on Facebook, and I think you put two links in Facebook. Google Plus, you can only put one link in, so you have to make the decision whether to go back to the blog or the client site. Generally speaking, it to the blog post for more information, etc. Then around this, so it's quite simple really. You have the client site, you add the content, you distribute the content with good headlines and a few sentences of content to explain what it's about, to try and attract people to come to the blog and to read the larger post here. And then you can promote these. You then promote these. Now, the best way of promoting these at the moment, probably, or the most effective way at the moment, is through pay-per-click. Facebook has some really reasonable pay-per-click. YouTube, you can go through Google AdWords. Twitter has Twitter ads. Google Plus you can't do with pay-per-click. That's the only exception in this little list here, and there are more than this list here, I should add. LinkedIn you can do pay-per-click as well now. It's a bit of a clunky interface, but there's one there. Google Plus, you can spend a bit of time engaging in trying to build Google circles and things like that, by inviting people to join your circle, by making interesting comments in other people's circles, etc. But this is how it works, and it works through links. It works through having the site and then at some point linking back with your old link back to mysite.com or whatever it is. You need to do these. These are the important bits. Okay, so that's the basics of building a social media network. That's the very core. You have the client site. Hopefully it's regularly updated, or there is a way of regularly updating it via a blog, and then you interface to and from the social media, and then you would use either engagement in YouTube, or Twitter, but most commonly these days it's pay-per-click to advertise the client's presence on here to draw traffic to these, which in turn draws it back down the funnel towards the client's site. That's how most of them work. Over time, the pay-per-click should get cheaper because you'll build up a YouTube subscriber community, you'll build up Facebook likes who will often get shown your content free of charge. You won't need to pay for it. Your link, if you get good circles going in Google, you can't pay for them anyway, so you just engage in other people's circles. In Twitter, you can follow people with similar niches, and hopefully they follow you back and they'll see your post without you having to pay. There are free options, but early on to kickstart, in most cases, a few months of pay-per-click to get your subscribers up, your followers up, your likers up, your circles up, and your network up, which are the different things they all call those, really juices up the system and gets the traffic flowing through. That's the basics of social media networking. There's more to it than that, but I'm just on the 9-minute mark now, and hopefully that's explained the basics well enough. See you around.